hi, Jack. Happy Easter as well to you and Jackie. Of solar viewing here, observation this morning. Decided to try the Barlow, the 2.5 times Barlow on the SolarMax 40. So that's a rather small aperture for a solar telescope, but I think we're getting okay view. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, conditions are rough still today. As you can see, we've got a lot of heat waves going by. When the image gets blurry, it's obviously heat from the surrounding area here, from the cars and the backyard and rooftops and things like that. And this is when the image gets blurry. Yes, it is. Nice sunny day, mind you. There's clouds here and there. But I tell you, last night clouds came in pretty quick and very fast, and I was hoping to see Saturn, but it couldn't clear the houses around my location early enough. Yeah, it's by adjusting the tuner on the telescope on the SolarMax, I get to adjust the saturating point and the hue as well, and I get to actually get rid of all of the solar prominence. Anyway, let me show you here quickly what happened if we touch up the saturation. The prominence disappear completely. And then, of course, you could bring them up much, much more intense. And pretty well try to a balanced view between the red edge. And also there's the hue. If you play with the hue, we're going to get different highlights. As you can see, it changes. So the position that I choose here is number 90 on the hue, and gives me exactly the right balance for that telescope here, that SolarMax 40. Yes, I am. Yes, the MCV1, but it is connected on the SVBS, the analog side, and since it's adjusted on the analog side, it is a fixed position, so the MCV-1-E does not function on the adjustment, only on the S-Video. Because the signature does not have S-Video, I cannot adjust any further the image. But I kind of wish we had the S-Video on the signature, but we got even better than S-Video, which is digital, and I haven't hooked that up to this thing here yet. So I'm just using the analog output of the camera, which provide really, really good views. But with the Barlow, anyways, we get to see the prominence and the surface, and I find it something difficult to do. You got to adjust the pressure tuner, I guess, to get a decent view on the CRT monitor, and then on the computer, of course, all we need to do is fine-tune what we need to see. Good morning, Jeff. Happy Easter. Yes, in this case, actually we would have to use, Jack, an adapter that goes from composite to S-Video. And if it's the case, in that case, the adjustment on the MCV-1E would certainly work really, really well. But again, this is just a specific exception. Because of the Mallancam signature only has video out SVBS, which is analog, and it's got the digital output as well. On NSN, I think the analog output does as well, and it would work well. Yeah, I'm going to check it out at Radio Shack, or in Canada it's called The Source, and I'm definitely going to look into it. because we would be able, Jack, to increase the dynamic range a lot more if we would go through the S-video. Yeah, I'm going to check into it for sure. I think it might be worth plugging this unit right through it and see what kind of result we're going to get out of it. Oop. Hang on a sec there, we got a little bit of a loose connection here right at the computer. Too bad the conditions are pretty rough. It doesn't allow us to go high power like we're doing now. You could actually see the heat waves really distorting the image. And there are a few moments here that it becomes very clear and very, very sharp in resolution. But at the moment, it's not the case. As the sun rises, the heat rises from the roofs and nearby buildings, and that certainly doesn't help. No, it's not bad. Don't forget, I've got the 40. Here goes clouds. I've got the 2.5 time Barlow on that. If I remove it, you would see a much, much wider sun disk, and you would see most of the prominence all around. It's SDI. Jeff, the output of the Malicam signature is SDI. It's pure uncompressed digital information coming out, and the other side is called SVBS, which is actually a little bit better than analog. It reproduces very closely what digital does through an analog system, and allows you to run very long lines. And last night I nearly switched to the Malicam signature on Mars, and I was waiting for Saturn, but unfortunately clouds and condition really screwed things up, and it is so hard to predict what's coming and what conditions will be. So both output on the Malicam signature can be used at the same time, analog and digital. This is a very sophisticated camera. It's not for everyone, that's for sure, and those who are willing to learn the small learning curve with it will certainly benefit from it. I think, Jack, I might go over and take the Barlow off to show you the entire disc of the sun, or just about anyways, and see what kind of result we're going to get. So if you want me to do that, I'll be more than happy to remove the Barlow and see what kind of result, but I'll have to readjust the video signal here, obviously, and the camera as well. Oh, there you go. Now we got a nice a sharp view that just came by here on the surface. Look at that. Beautiful. Comes and goes, I guess, with the heat here. Okay, just give me a moment, and don't mind all of the funny looking images you're going to see for a little while, and I'm going to go over and remove the Barlow and go straight right through the Solomax 40, and we're going to get a much wider field of view on the whole surface area of the sun.